Alright guys, now for our first real video in 3D Code. Now guys, I have all default hotkeys here. Usually I like to use custom hotkeys, but for these first videos in 3D Code, I'll just go ahead and use the default hotkeys. So if you just install 3D Code, you can actually go ahead and follow along with me without having to worry about what kind of custom hotkeys I use. Alright guys, so what I am a big proponent of is just jumping into the fun stuff as quickly as possible, because what I've realized about 3D programs and just things in general is that when you first open up a new program or anything else, you're bombarded with all sorts of menus and icons and words, and you're just confused, you're lost and confused. So what I'd like to do to ease you in is to teach you the 1% rule. You can apply this to all areas of your life, but essentially the way it works is like this. If you want to learn something, every day you learn 1% something new, or in 3D terms, let's say for example, one new tool a day. And so since we're using 3D Code here, let's learn possibly one of the best tools is the Vox tool. So essentially guys, here's what you do. First of all, if you end up closing out this menu somehow, just go into File and then New, and the menu is right back here. This menu opens up different workspaces in 3D Code. So essentially guys, think of a workspace as a different little room here for doing a specific task. Think of it like a car garage. You've got, imagine you had like 10 garages in your house. One garage for building a car, one garage for fixing a car, one garage for adding paint, one garage for changing the oil, and kind of think of it like that. So a lot of the tools between these rooms, workspaces are shared, but some of them are unique. Let's go ahead and do voxel sculpting. All right, this gives us this little menu here. Let's go ahead and start with this box right here. Now, I will cover a lot of this in later videos, guys. Don't get overwhelmed. There's just lots of stuff here. But essentially, the orange color here means that we have an object we can kind of place around the scene, but it's not established yet. So go ahead and press Enter to establish it. All right. You'll notice that now we have this, and we can move this around. Once again, I will cover this gizmo in the future video, guys. But essentially, we have this. We can just go ahead and switch to an actual tool now, and that will disappear. Right? This is our first box that we've made. All right. So, first of all, if you end up like moving this, we have lots of menus here, which I will not cover yet in this video. But if you got all these layers here and you accidentally close some of them and you're not quite sure what's happening here, and some of them get kind of like added to here, just go into Windows and then reset this page to default. And I'll go back to normal. All right, you can go ahead and press Tab to go into like expert view. Nothing else is visible. All right, guys, basic navigation is you left click to rotate around, middle click to pan, right click to zoom. Now, this is if your cursor is not on an object. If your cursor is on an object, you notice left click no longer works to move the camera. If your cursor is on the object, you go ahead and press Alt and perform those same actions. So Alt left click, Alt middle click, Alt right click. It may be a good practice just to hold down Alt at all times when navigating, so don't run into this issue. You can freely have the cursor here on the object and it's always going to do what you want it to do. Alright guys. So actually before we start with the voxels, let me show you a quick tool to scale this. So you can press space here to have all your tools be visible all at once. Let's go ahead and use, for example, the translate tool right here, transform. Let's go ahead and use this, hover our mouse over here on these blocks, and let's go ahead and scale this out. All right, now let's go ahead and press space, and we'll switch back to, let's say, the base tool here. All right, guys. So essentially, I'm going to show you how you can use one of the most powerful of Vox tools here. So you press space, and you go ahead and use the cut tool. Alright, so then you can go ahead and press E. This will take you to a little menu, guys, where you can actually change what kind of tool, how you're going to use the cutoff tool. So you got a box, a rectangle, you got vertex lasso, kind of like diagonal lasso, and other tools right here. Let's, for example, switch this one right here. Alright, you can now simply left click, and it's going to add these series of green lines, and everything in the lines will be cut away. You can press escape to exit this. You can press backspace to delete the lines one by one. But essentially, guys, I can now simply left click here, then left click there, it'll cut away. Well, it should. Let's try it again. There we go. It'll cut away that piece right there. Alright, now you're going to notice that we get this very kind of rough, jagged effect right here. That's because of a low resolution. Let's Control Z. So that's a hotkey for undo, like in pretty much all programs, is to Control Z. Alright, let's go ahead and press spacebar, and let's go ahead and use this resolution plus button here. And let's use it several times. You notice, guys, it kind of remembers what I did here. So let me Control Z that. And maybe let's do it once more. Alright, so I did it about twice. Alright, now let's go ahead and cut into it. This time, let's just have not a line, but like something like this. So the way it works, guys, it kind of tries to connect with this original line. So if I double click right here, it's going to kind of cut away like this. See? So I need to kind of have it be a little bit here, then it will go directly here. So if it's right here, this happens, but if it's, let's say, right here, then that happens. Alright, if it's not enough resolution, guys, go ahead and press space and increase it once more. Alright, what you can also do is you can go ahead and press space and use smooth to smooth it out. Alright, but what I will simply do is just to increase resolution. Alright, guys, so go ahead and have some fun. Let's jump into the fun stuff right away, guys. Let's go ahead and just have some fun, guys, going at different angles and cutting this away. Alright, next, let's learn how to use symmetry. It's as simple as pressing S, enable symmetry, and let's go ahead and activate all three axes, shall we? Alright, so now no matter what axis you work with, you can begin to cut away. There you go, guys. So this is one of the most powerful features of 3D Coat, being able to quickly cut away like so. Alright, next, guys, let's press 5 on our numpad to go into orthographic view. Next, as you're holding down, let's say left click, or in this case I'm holding down alt left click, you can press shift to snap it. Alright, so now, guys, let's go ahead and press E now. Let's switch to, for example, a rectangle. And we can now use this rectangle, guys, to cut parts away. As you can see, the problem here is not how difficult it is to add detail, it's kind of restraining yourself so you don't go overboard. Alright. You can experiment with different types of tools here. Here we can bring up the shape tool, and notice it opens up a new window called shapes. I can, for example, choose a star. I can now cut away objects using a star. Let's say you delete this or close this. How do you get it back? We go into Windows, Panels, and then Shapes. Here it is. Number 5 on numpad to get rid of orthographic mode. Alright. Now, one nice default hotkey, guys, is being able to quickly frame your object. So in 3ds Max, other programs, I usually set it to be Z. I think the default is in Max is Z, so I got it set to that. But in the default in this version of 3D Coat 2025 is Shift A. So press Shift A to quickly get back to your object if you're too far away. Alright, guys. So once again, let's repeat the steps real quick. Close this. File. New. I won't save it. Voxel sculpting. Box. Press enter. Then space. Switch to voxel cutoff here. Press space. Transform it. Scale it out. Press space, increase resolution. Press S, activate axes. Press E, activate your preferred tool. And now, guys, here is your homework after watching this video. Go ahead and have fun and make some sort of interesting sci-fi crate. F5 on your numpad to go into orthographic view. And one more thing, guys. So if I use this here, if I left click hold out, you can press spacebar to move it. You can press Alt and hold it to rotate it. Alright. So guys, your homework is to create some interesting looking sci-fi crate. You can also hold down Shift when using this diagonal tool to constrain to 9 degrees, just gently. Oops, let's try again. There we go. Let's try some circles. Alright guys, so go ahead and just jump into it and just try to use the cutoff tool with symmetry options to get your sci-fi crate of choice. Alright, thank you for watching and take care.